Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video by UmbrasDarkness. In today's video, we have part 2 of the player versus player guide for you guys. I do want to preface this with Monday is a huge update for you guys. In case you don't know, we have a new evolution coming, which encourages single source or single troop type formations again. Increases damage if it's a higher tier. Right, so T9s versus T8s. T9s should win now. Flat out, doesn't matter what the troop composition is. It should boost that. It shouldn't require creature remains. It's going to go right here in the evolution bracket. It's just going to cost resources. As far as we can tell, all the screenshots show creature remains. So that's part 1 of the big update. Part 2 of the big update on Monday is going to be fungus is going to be unlocked. Unlike these that boost troop types, right? So all of these boost shooters, carriers, and guardians. The fungus is supposed to boost special ants. So it's supposed to boost special ants attack and defense. It's going to be a 4-page system with 4 nodes, it looks like. As always, I have information in my Discord. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the official Discord. You guys know my past with it. Some stuff recently happened, so still not a fan. If you guys are curious what happened, it's all in my Discord. But over there, it does go over on my official Discord. In my official Discord, in announcements, I have screenshots of the ants pre-releases. So it goes over the evolution, and then it goes over the fungus, right? So there's going to be 4 different fungus, 4 different branches. There was a sneak peek here. Skill attack and defense is what it's supposed to boost. Here we have screenshots of all the different evolutions. As you can see over here, if we look closely, we can actually see that there's no creature remains there, right? So creature remains would normally go ahead of the honeydew. So there's no creature remains there. All the screenshots, none of them have creature remains. That's why I say it's going to go right here. It's a 1-star evolution, so it should be something that's done right away. No big deal. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to let you guys know that this is in my official Discord. If anyone has any questions about it, we have more sneak previews, more photos that I'll be uploading after this video. Stop on by, ask some questions. We're almost at 1,000 members inside my Discord. I think once we get to 1,000 members, I might also do a $20 Google Play gift card for Discord only. I'll have to set up a bot and figure that out. But so we do have a lot of changes. That's the point of this conversation, you guys. They're all really cool. The third final major change is that, as a screenshot in my Discord also states, you can see here, I literally asked in the official Discord in a ticket, hey, is Parada going to get fixed? And they said the issue will be fixed the next game update on the 14th of February. Clear as day, you guys. So that's the third major fix, you guys. This impacts player versus player, obviously. The fungus impacts player versus player, and the evolution impacts player versus player. So I want to preface all of this update stuff that if something changes drastically in between today, which is the 12th, and the update on the 14th, I will make a video as soon as I possibly can to try and correct some of the player versus player stuff that we're going to talk about today. And I will be doing a reaction to the 14th update once it goes live. I want to talk about today. The number one thing that I want to talk about today is troop formation. Not perfect troop formation, not based off of these 7 special ants, UmbrasDarkness. What special ants would you run in pro unit? Where would you run? I want to talk about generic troop formation. Right now, the best troop formation out there is Giant Tooth, Slim Arched, and a DPS unit. So not Golden Venom. Jack Jumper should be up here. Or better yet, Shikari Master as I'm a carrier main. But the way that this should look is something along the lines of Guardians up here. And then if you're a shooter main, it should be shooter, shooter. As you can see, I'm not a shooter main. I don't have nearly enough shooters. And this DPS, so the reason that this is de facto the best PvP formation right now is that the first two units, Giant Tooth and Slim Arched, both have a weakness strike, which exhausts the unit. You have disabling attack that messes up the unit, and then this one's just a DPS, right? And then Slim Arched is the same way, where it has only one skill, but still has a skill of suppressing attack that disables the opponents from being able to do damage to you. Arconis, who was on my server, probably said it best, you guys. If the goal is to disable Panda front, then GT, Slim Arched, X is better. If the goal is to disable the midline, then Slim Arched, Golden Tooth, X is better. If the goal is to disable the backline, then Giant Tooth, front is better. That is not a quote from me. That is from Arconis. He's really good at player versus player. He's in my server, super active, great guy. Try not to tag him. Try and ask questions, and he'll jump in when he can. Again, more reasons, more motivation to join the Discord, as the Discord will be a more comprehensive place to determine formations and understand why they work the way that they work. And my opinion is not always the right opinion or the opinion that'll fit with you. We've had a couple of players in there, Smedge KY and Proxy jump to my mind, and the not the professional noob, the professor. So the professor, Smedge, JKY, and Proxy, they don't all share my beliefs. They seem well educated, have a lot of knowledge. They don't share my same opinion, and they have data to back up their opinion, just as I have data to back up mine. Why there's a disparity in that can be a range of genes and genetic information and what goes there, evolutions, and then what their meta is in their range versus what my meta is, right? I'm only exposed to 50 to 100 servers at a time inside of duels, and I'm only exposed to 50 servers inside of gold tier rankings, and only once every 2 weeks. So that's why the discrepancies can be there, and it's good to interact with those types of people. And they're all in my server. They're all there to give opinions. They're all there to give facts. They're all there to give data. They all seem very comprehensible. So just because they're not a part of the nerd herd doesn't mean that their opinion's invalid. So if you want opinions or you want facts, I think that my Discord's the best place for that. All right, so we've discussed the best formation, right? And that's kind of where I want to leave it. I don't really want to argue the best formation. I don't want to try and disprove it. It's the best formation. It's de facto the formation that everyone's using. People that are invested in shooters have it the best. People that are invested in carriers should run pure carrier build. They should not run a mixed unit, in my opinion. They should run carrier, carrier, carrier. If you're invested in shooters, Guardian shooter is best. As of right now, Guardian tier 8, shooter tier 9 is better than shooter. We'll see with the evolution that comes out on Monday if that still rings true. Again, that's going to change some things, I have a feeling. But for right now, Guardian shooter is probably de facto the best formation, in my opinion. Carrier, strong second. And then best formation is going to be Giant Tooth, Slim Arched, DPS unit. And then you should use like an Atlas Beetle or a Crab up here, or a Mantis. You should not be using the Spider, the White Spider, or the Beetle that came out. You should be using Mantis because you're trying to boost your shooters, or you should be using Atlas Beetle or Crab. Crab would be obviously the most preferred. The second thing that I want to talk about, and the last thing that I want to talk about today, comes from a request from my newest Patreon. So a huge shout out to Fox from server 475. Thank you very much for being my newest Patreon. They joined, they DM'd me, they're like, hey, I really like the player versus player series that you're doing. I was wondering, people seem to understand the best formation. What's the second best formation? What are you doing there? Alright, you guys, this is very interesting. So I'm a pure carrier main. You can see what I'm using as my secondary formation. In a dream world, I'm going to have Chicory Master there and Jack Jumper there. The way that your secondary formation should be viewed is a support here. So sometimes I'll rotate between New World General and Dark Giant. And then Golden Armor is always in my second slot. And Jack Jumper or even Bullet if I got a third or a second copy. Right now he doesn't have tier 6. Right now Bullet for me only is missing his skill 6. So obviously he can't be used. In case that wasn't clear for anyone, for me to specify clearly, a ant is not real. An orange ant is no more useful than a green ant until skill 6 is unlocked. That's an over-exaggeration to prove my point. You know, clip that out of context however you want. An ant is not real until skill 6 is unlocked. Until that point, you should be maxing skill 1 and unlocking skill 2. No further investment, no shells, no spores. Maxing skill 1, unlocking skill 2. There's a chart in my Discord. Have I said it enough? My Discord's really useful. But until skill 6 is unlocked, that ant is not computable at all. So my secondary unit, all I'm looking for is a support. Right now, a couple of the players on my server, and especially in duels, run Guardians. Right, and this deals more damage to Guardians, so I'm really liking Dark Giant right now for that reason. And then I have 2 DPS, Golden Armor and Jack Jumper. Again, Chicory Master would normally be in my front row whenever I get that skill 6. So your secondary row, again, should be a support, then a short-range melee unit, right? For my video 1, a melee unit, and then a ranged unit inside of slot 3. That's how I would prioritize it. The reason that you want to prioritize it that way, you're going to want support in the front because they don't do a lot of damage, right? One of their abilities just straight up doesn't do damage. So here it doesn't do damage. Here it doesn't do damage. Oh, sorry, that one does do damage. Here it doesn't do damage. It boosts damage, right? But it doesn't do damage itself. So you want support to go back there because it doesn't matter if the units that they're leading get dwindled down. They're not there for DPS. They're there for their effects of their other skills. You want a melee unit round 2 because you want to focus shrinking the battlefield, right? We've talked about shrinking the battlefield in my first video. So melee unit 2 and then ranged unit 3 because if it's a melee unit 3, it's literally going to do nothing until your front row dies. You don't want to have a useless unit until your front row dies. That makes literal no sense. So you want a ranged unit here, so something that has all skills range 3 or greater is a ranged unit. That's a very generic, basic overlook of how I would prioritize building my other units. As you can see, that's what I do here. I have a support here. I have not the greatest DPS, not saying it's the greatest, but I have a DPS here. It would probably turn into Golden Venom if I had Golden Venom here. And then Golden Sugar, which would probably turn into Bullet if I had Bullet. Here, I'm not using a melee here because I just don't have enough. There's not enough to do that always. But for Unit 2, that is how you should build it. There should be enough melee units for that to work. I hope this helps you guys. Thank you again to my new Patreon. Also, a big shout out to Viserius from server 477, one of my other Patreons. Thank you guys. My Patreon link, if you want to be a part of the team, is in the description below. We have their own role. I could set up a group inside of Discord that would give you exclusive access to all of my attention whenever I'm there. Thank you again for the question on how I would build the Team 2 and why I would build it that way. I hope this helps you guys out. Again, the update on the 14th is massive. It's huge. I expect it to be game-changing. I am hoping you guys that there is no nerf, there's no shadow nerf, there's no changes to anything other than Groundhog, which they promised they were working on a fix to Groundhog. I'm hoping that there's no hidden nerfs or changes to like Giant Tooth and Slim Arched. But we'll see, you guys. We'll see. We'll take a look at it, and if something needs to change about this video, I will let you guys know. The evolution that's coming out may change Guardian Shooter from being de facto the best unit that's out there. Hey, y'all. This is going to be real awkward cut in, but I forgot we reached 2,800 subscribers, you guys. The code word is going to be secondary unit, because that was the main takeaway from this video, was going to be the secondary unit and how to build it, how to design it, things like that. We're also going to real quick draw the 2,700 subscriber video, you guys, so give me 1 sec, set that up, and we'll draw that live. You guys, as you guys know how we do it over here, we're going to right click, copy. We're going to click the first comment, YouTube random comment creator. We're going to right click, paste. Right there, we're going to filter duplicate users, only one chance to enter, include replied comments, don't care where you say it. And then we're going to filter comments based off specific text. We're going to go into the description, and we're going to copy. We're going to paste. Get YouTube comments. 79 unique comments, you guys, that's insane. This video has been out for 5 days. You guys rock. Thank you for the love and support. I'm going to click start. Tatsuya Shiba. Thank you. Fix Parada. Thanks for being an amazing teacher. You're welcome, Tatsuya Shiba. I appreciate the compliment. I hope that I'm helping out more people. Honestly, more people than are subscribed to me. I hope I'm helping out as many people as possible. I sit down in front of this camera for that reason. You guys, again, the 2,800 subscriber giveaway is going to be secondary unit. Secondary unit is going to be the 2,800 subscriber giveaway. Cut back out to my outro. Thanks, you guys, for coming. Until next time, you guys, you can catch me in the YouTube comments. You can find me on Discord, super active there. Or, worst case scenario, you can catch me on server 193. Y'all, if you like the content, please subscribe. Helps out a ton. Like this video. Share this video. Until next time, you guys, stay humble, stay happy, stay hungry. Bye, y'all.